set you up with Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and friend of the Utica Yeti. Fay Farms, where's the beef at? Jimmy Fay's got it. Get a hold of Fay Farms for all your beef needs. Master Vito Hyundai, make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. Utica Mac Incorporated. Get a hold of them for all your tractor and big hauling needs. Brand Y Distillery. Let Jimbo know that the Yeti sent you. We love Brand Y spirits. Hale Transportation. We'll do the driving, you do the hanging. Get a hold of us for all your transportation needs. Niscoba, the men in blue, keeping you safe. Clinton Tractor and Implement Company, the Caledona family. Check them out. Laxnide, the premier box lacrosse tournament in all of North America. Check it out September 18th through the 21st. We'll see you there. Thanks so much to all our sponsors. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Please support your local sponsors. CBI cables, what the pros use. Plug them in, whether it's lighting, electrical, audio, or internet cables. The B-Dry system. Get a hold of Brandon Davis. Water in your basement, B-Dry. The Utica's finest barbershop. Get a hold of Jordan Baldwin or Kevin Beach on Booksy. Durategre for all your new plumbing, irrigation, and renovation needs. Family landscaping. Make your neighbors green with envy. Get a hold of Russ. Nora's Candy Shop for the famous turkey joints or just some fudge or other sweets. Stop by Nora's. Utica Club Lounge for the party before, after, during the game. Utica Club Lounge where the Yeti hang out. CRM, Commercial Rental Management. Get a hold of them for all your commercial building needs. Robert A. Dix Insurance. We all need insurance. Get a hold of Bobby Dix for your insurance. Liberty Affordable Housing. New to the area? Get a hold of Liberty Affordable Housing. See what they can set you up with. Eric Kiefer, LUTCF, local representative and friend of the Utica Yeti. Fay Farms. Where's the beef at? Jimmy Fay's got it. Get a hold of Fay Farms for all your beef needs. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. Utica Mac Incorporated. Get a hold of them for all your tractor and big hauling needs. Brand Y Distillery. Let Jimbo know that the Yeti sent you. We love Brand Y spirits. Hale Transportation. We'll do the driving, you do the hanging. Get a hold of us for all your transportation needs. Niscoba, the men in blue, keeping you safe. Clinton Tractor and Implement Company, the Caledona family. Check them out. Laxnide, the premier box lacrosse tournament in all of North America. Check it out September 18th through the 21st. We'll see you there. Thanks so much to all our sponsors. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. Please support your local sponsors. CBI cables, what the pros use. Plug them in.
Hello, Yeti Nation. Welcome back to another edition of Yeti Talks. Greg Beecher, Paul Necker, how's it going?
OJ Beecher. Awesome. Welcome. What up, Yeti Nation? What a week. OJ, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Busy weekend for you, OJ. You were up north. You had tell everybody what it was again in case they missed last week.
So it was the Canada tournament here in Calgary.
And that essentially is teams traveling from all over. You had a couple stateside teams too, right?
I did. Cali Box came, Pack Box came.
How far are you from the border?
Denver.
Like if you were to drive in a car from Calgary to the closest point in the U.S.
4 hours, I think.
Okay, so a pretty dedicated trip for teams to come up there. Where were the teams out of from the States?
I know there was Denver Elite, probably from Denver, I'm guessing.
Safe guess.
Right? And then there was a team from California.
Nice. Do you know if they were northern or southern? Because California is huge. I
have no idea.
Yeah, I just learned that a couple of years ago how big California was. They got snow up top in like all 4 seasons, and then the bottom's kind of like the middle's the Mecca, and then the bottom's just like a desert. So very interesting diversity, a lot going on. Paul Necker, though, you were traveling all over beautiful upstate New York. And as per your words, one of the best lacrosse games you've ever seen in playing Oswego, as far as your guys playing phenomenal.
It was a great game. As far as obviously it worked out to the benefit of the Oswego Riverhawks. Props to them. As far as hip banging, hard hitting, the goalies making great saves, breakout transition. And unfortunately, a 13-12 loss, but that we're right there, and it was like I said, the boys put it out there on both teams. It was an up and down on the concrete, Uncle Jess doing what Uncle Jess does, showing the boys how takeoff is all about and how to stick the landing on, we call them the Duke boys, but with Uncle Jesse there. As far as some great stuff out of these games, man, it's the positive is everybody makes the playoffs.
Lot of parity in this league, it seems. I mean, you got teams beating each other now. Oneida's kind of been on a run. The Spirit's picking it up a little bit. A lot of parity in these leagues. No easy trip through the division, it sounds like. So, and this is something we talked about. You guys play your home games early. How'd you feel that worked for the Yeti this year?
Well, obviously it worked out well. Our early practices helped us out. I think where other teams were still waiting for guys and, figuring out what they were going to do for the season, seeing where their teams were going, where we were able to put a great core of guys together, in early April and from there start gelling. We gelled early, quick. We had our home games. Played some great lacrosse in those games as far as that goes, showing some, some youthful play. And
looking through,
it was beneficial for us.
I just want to say, coaches always tell us ground balls win games. You did have more ground balls. You had a few more shots, so a pretty good game. Just didn't quite, didn't quite go your way. A couple bounces, Who was playing in that for him?
Oh, it wasn't Tommy. It was Jack. Jack, was it Jack Beck? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think that's the goalie that plays for them.
As far as, and I apologize, I should know more names, but there's so many. I just got done with our youth program. I'm like, somebody, I think it was me and you talking earlier about some names, and I'm like, yeah.
I got to ask, did Molly do the stats in Oswego? Because you look
Molly
through
and
they've
Doc worked. Molly and Doc work great together.
Everything's on there as far as the ground balls. Kudos to the league. I'm sorry, I've been so busy I did not get a chance to clip. Thank you very much, Nate Jobson, for getting those highlights. We will make use of them. Don't have them tonight, but we do really appreciate you getting those. But I really want to thank Molly, and you said who was doing it, Doc?
Yeah. Doc Nelson, two people that worked in the World Games, got world-class experience. That's a crazy thing about what's going on as far as the growth of this whole league and everything is how much experience is run in watching it grow. Nate's got a great crew up in Thousand Islands that is helping him out.
Up in A-Bay. Speaking of which, you're up there for Biker Weekend again. Little warm in the facility, but the weather was great for you to be traveling across New York State.
It was gorgeous up in Thousand Islands. Couldn't ask for nicer weather. As far as it's a hot arena, get used to it. That's the only thing you got to, bring a fan.
How were the nets? He told me that they were going to be up because they did it
seemed
for
like
figure skating.
I think they may be going to still. They still had a slant to them, but it seemed like maybe they were a little bit higher.
But again,
you know what? We're now that we've played it a couple times, we start to understand it a little bit. But there is still a great team advantage knowing that bounce.
Was it Chuck that threw it off the boards?
Yeah, Chuck off the board, back on, yeah.
So that's one thing. Nate sent me a couple highlights of his guys doing it. I don't always put those in the top goals because, honestly, I feel when you have that dialed in, that's such an advantage as a player. Like Tonawanda does it. You guys, especially the home guys, know it. But how hard is that as a goalie, OJ? Could you imagine? You're looking, you hear it hit the wall behind you. Now you're just staring in front of you, hoping you can pick it up real quick. Yeah, no thanks.
Pretty ballsy. As far as Chuck, he had that was a great goal. Got it and ripped it. He brought one down 2 times. He played. He was old style Chuck, where he dropped the shoulder and the bus was coming through, and he blew through a couple 2 guys and just almost got the shot off, but. It was epic truck. It was good to see him playing ball again. Brought the excitement both Friday night and Saturday night. He's excited?
How was
He's
Chris
excited.
Foley? I mean, was it not as hot as when we were up there?
It was actually. I think my daughter actually had a sweatshirt on. I mean, it was warm. Obviously, if you were a runner, it was rather warm, but.
Bob
was
wasn't
a great,
taking his
great.
shirt off on the sidelines watching.
No, he wouldn't have taken their shirt off, maybe to get the team going
Fired
and
up.
start swirling. But yeah,
Probably would have won in overtime if Bob was there with his shirt off.
yeah, surface was awesome. As far as playing conditions, we brought the sticky mats, so it made the floor, a nice clean floor with some sticky mats is really all you need. And
what is
you know,
sticky mats?
The clean floor, the basketball, they put the sticky tape down and you step on it and it cleans the bottom of your feet off.
No,
You've never seen that?
No.
Yeah. As far as a couple of our guys have access to or have given me some presents, and they're
That's one of them.
sticky mats from a clean lab type thing. Type of scenario. I don't want to give all my secrets away.
Can't give all the secrets away. Okay. I'd never even heard of it though, so you're doing a good job with that one.
Yeah. As far as Christofelli Field, it was beautiful up there. Props to their pizza guy up there. And I hate to do this. GTP, something like that. And maybe I'll go through when we're chatting, but they gave us an incredible pizza deal up there, and I want to say thank you. Up in Oswego, yeah, great, and nice. It was delicious pie. And before you go through, I'll make sure I find it on Webby's email that he sent me or text he sent me. But great pizza. Can't thank them enough for hooking us up with some pies. And we'll definitely, when we go back there, get more pie from them because it was delicious. The boys were happy. They were able to go back to one of the hotel rooms.
GJP, like George Joseph Paul.
Yes. That's it right there.
Yeah.
And it was bravo. Great stuff. Great pizza. And thank you very much. Good. Kudos to there. Great time up in Oswego. Got there early. Was able to go down on the river and have a nice bite to eat with the missus and my oldest, and got excited for the confrontation that was about to happen. And it was like you had said, probably. I said it, probably the best all-around game that both teams have played of straight bang lacrosse. Good solid hip checks, banging through the middle, and I'll use PG terms, no debagging, dirt balling type of stuff, clean solid checks going through, nothing major. And the guys played awesome, both teams, Coachy and Isaac. A classic battle between the two of them. That's great to see back and forth.
Hoskins had a hat trick for them, so
yeah.
And D. Smith.
Yeah, Blount is seeing guys. That's the cool thing right now is he may not be scoring goals like he was at the beginning, but if I'm not mistaken, he had 5 assists in the Oswego game, and then 5 assists in the Thousand Islands game, and it's that setup. Whether it's the first assist, second assist. An assist is a. If I got an assist, that means there was a goal scored.
And shout out, Hussey had a hat trick, so that is huge. Blount had 6 points total in that first game. I'm looking at the first game stats now.
Yeah.
So he had 6 points total. That's huge. Benton 2 goals. The young guys are producing. Tyler Heltz on the board with an assist. Hussey with his hat trick. Chris Ryan 2. I don't know if you can call Chris and Dave, young pups anymore, but Dave also had a goal. And Suits and Weir with the assist. So Sen. So that's awesome. 2 assists for Sen as well. So you got to be excited the way the new guys have been playing. We talked about it a bit earlier in the year. Having the young players getting these lumps in, you kind of got to go through those games. Be able to win those 1-goal games, hopefully down the line. So you guys are locked up now, or no? Your division's still kind of.
No, it's kind of. We got one more home game, and that last home game is against the Spirits on the 11th inside the Utica Memorial auditorium, so I'm very excited to be that. We're going to be playing on the in the facility where the gold medal was played and where we played Team USA Women. So we got a little experience. A couple of the guys on the team, the elder statesmen, we shall say, have played in there a couple times and have experienced the excitement of what that horn can bring. So I'm hoping that the boys get ready to take it up a notch. I mean, that game up in Thousand Islands, with 13 minutes left, it's 15-12.
Yeah.
We scored a goal and brought it 15-12 with like 13 minutes and 6 seconds left, something like that. And all of a sudden, there was some, still some water in the tank. The boys were still rocking and rolling. Mario was making insane saves. Again, our arch nemesis is coming out the back door, and the transition. And everybody's got the scout on us about that. Is you want to what? We're a bunch of field guys and mind muscle memory. Is you want to what? When you shoot a ball and it misses the net, what happens in the field?
You're running towards it. You're facing it, and it goes.
A whistle blows. A whistle blows because it went out of bounds. So what do? You stop and you're looking to see who won the run to the line. Well, you want to know what? When you got guys that played 30 years of field lacrosse, that's what you're waiting for versus watching them as we're winding up the shoot. They're breaking long to the box to get a quick run and. It's something that we're working on. It's something that.
So it looks like Helt scored right at the end of the third quarter too.
Yeah.
So really kind of getting the momentum going. That's a huge goal right there. Tyler Helt.
He got the ball on 2 goals in that game. He got the ball on net. Top front and center.
And then Hussey and Weir afterwards though. So that's awesome. The young guys that it's Helt again. So really your 3 young guys kind of coming up big, and then they got on a bit of a run. But I mean that kind of happens with an experienced team. You got the French brothers up there, been playing for. Ever together, that's a different level of connection than you can build. I mean, maybe Faye and Uncle Jesse, if they were playing together, they probably got something like that as far as much time playing together. But, I mean, those guys have been playing together since they've been alive.
Yeah, kudos to them. They brought in, again, a lot of outside talent coming through to play and be a part of the NABLL and the Spirits. So that's awesome to see the growth of that side of the game. I'm pretty pumped myself to know that we still got a lot more dog in us where we didn't have a full roster again. So, we haven't showed all the cards at once.
So Hussey had a 6-goal weekend. So kudos to Hussey. That's amazing. So
he had a brain fart on. We just scored a goal, and I think it was the one that it happens. As far as we just scored a goal. And I think that's the one that brought us to 15-12, down by 3. The following face-off, I don't know who their guy was. Maybe it was Jacobs. I'm not exactly sure who. But Huss stayed behind him on the backside and didn't get in his pocket. Gave him a free run. The ball popped out right next to the face-off guys. The guy jumped in, got the ball, ran down, shot, and scored. And he came over and he was kind of bummed up. And I'm like, Huss, do me a favor. Don't ever let that effing happen again. All right. You need to make sure that you're in his hip and he doesn't get there. He's like, yeah, coach, I got you. My bad. And, no less did he get back on the field the next run that he got. He got the ball in. It was one of those where I wish we did have the video up there for those type of plays. He took that, personally, that was his fault because of that last one. And he got that and he made a run and made a incredible move to the inside, that epic Hussey going to the ground, getting that shot off because, of pure determination and great play by him.
So Perry was 16. So if the face-off guy was in
Rorick.
the guy.
Rorick is a good guy.
That's right.
Yes. No, he got one. It was off the face-off. He got a pass over, and he came through the middle and made about 10, 15 different dekes. And, he's not a small boy. And, we're trying to, man up, man, body, and he's just throwing.
He's the Virgin Islands coach, too, I think.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, yep. I'm a huge fan. I had him on the podcast. Saw him at Worlds. Tried to set up a chance to go have a drink with Joe. Didn't quite work out, but excuse me.
Yeah, he did again, I forget the other guy's name. Another big guy, number 5, Heron, something like that. He had 5 goals as well.
Aaron Snow,
big guy. No, it wasn't a Snow. It was.
I'll find it in a second.
Yeah, you're going to be faster on it than me, but. Big man coming across.
Edwards.
One of the, Edwards. Yeah. That's the one.
Edwards.
Big guy coming across the middle. They did a great job breaking us down out the backside. They'd work it down the wing, and off the bench, their guy came and one pass, 10 fakes, and Mario's doing jumping jacks looking for that. And he had some of them. Props to Mario because and Sully at the end.
Sully had a couple minutes, couple saves, 5 minutes. So
big save. Yep. He needed to get in there and get some touches and help out, and made some big saves. And Mario, needed to get some. He has we call it the bean. He makes an IV packets. I don't know, the liquid IV, you add water to it, it's a liquid IV, and that's his jug. It's marked the bean. Don't touch the bean. So everybody knows that's Mario's juice to get him back going again.
Get him some life again.
Yeah, but
it's tough.
It was a great game.
Sully had a nice save, though. Somebody clipped him holding on to the post there. Credit Mark Murphy. Definitely check that out. The picture on that Murph took was amazing. So
did a great job.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, all weekend long, and props to Sully. That is kind of what makes the team special. Where, Mario is he sat his years and. We've given him.
Like I said, Mario started helping when I first started showing up. We started showing up with Blue Squatch. Mario was really grabbing our. He was helping us carry gear. He was carrying the water. He was just like a super nice, friendly guy that was showing up and doing that stuff. And now to see him starting is amazing.
He's taking guys to the hospital. At games. We need to. Somebody need to be treated. Instead of staying there with the game, he's getting this guy in the hospital. Taking care of stuff. That's the beauty of what the family's all about, I should say.
So we got to also say congratulations to Blount. He's still on the in the top 5 for the points, and a very big congratulations Jared Hussey in the top 5 for the goals. So right above Chase Kogan with 17. So in some very good company there. Jack Hutchinson. Jordan Chalk and David Chintella, but Kyle Baker sitting up top. Boy, he is. And when you watch Kyle Baker too, if you saw the Team USA highlights, he should be on that.
I'm not gonna, not for nothing. Keep an eye out. I think the stats for our game haven't been updated for the Thousand Islands yet.
Okay, so Hussey should have 20 goals. Maybe be in third place.
He's going to have 3 more goals and 2 more assists, I think. Blount had 5 more assists. Like I said, offensively, we're doing the right things. We're, starting to get clicking.
Mario's got 183 saves right now.
183 saves.
As good as that is for Mario, it means your defense is giving up a lot of shots.
We're giving up a lot of shots. That's we've been tweaking around things. Aaron was off this weekend. Tommy was only there for Friday. Hamlin's been out with some foot issues. So we got there's injuries that go around. So once we like I said, we're off for a week until the 9th, July 9th. We're getting back together. Do the guys know where to go shoot up at Tri-City if they need to get some touches at any time? So
got to keep your stick in your hand.
Absolutely. And the positive thing is I know people are up there shooting because
you got guys.
I just wish.
Yeah, you got guys healing, but
yeah. But on the same note is what's even more cool is a couple of the Lady Yeti were helping me park cars tonight.
Hang on, we didn't even talk about that yet. We skipped completely over it. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and there's so much more about that. But to end the men's weekend, it was a great weekend. One way or the other, it wasn't victorious on the W's, but it was victorious on, again, we're still gelling together.
It's only a loss if you don't learn anything, right?
We're in these games. Same with the Oneida game. We may have given up 24, but you want to know what? Up until a point, it was a game, and obviously, we got some work to do on certain things. But if we tighten up those certain things, there's still room to move around in the divisional play. There's like you said earlier, there's a lot of parity right now. Oneida, if I'm not mistaken, leads the division with 3 W's, and then it's a 3-way tie with Oneida or with Oswego, with the Yeti, and with the Spirits, just on games, divisional games of wins, but. Oswego beat the Spirits. The Spirits beat us. We beat the Spirit or Oswego, and Oswego beat us.
Everybody seems to have beat everybody.
There's a lot of there's a lot of different ways that you can stay on.
I do got to. I was just going through. I love how now they actually do like all the stats. You can break it down by division too, and you can actually go through and look, so you can still see Huskies on top of the Upstate East. Obviously, Chase Cogan's getting up there with points. I wonder why.
Hell of a young man. I mean, that's a great
Rio Johnson. That's a big addition too. With Onondaga not playing, he's there full time. And I got to shout out the whole reason I wanted to talk about it though was Montana Pierce playing for the Spirits, so he's got 7 assists. His dad Jason does the film for us in Tonawanda a lot, so huge shout out, Mr. Pragle. Really appreciate you. Nice. And I had to make sure I shouted him out there because we really do appreciate him. Without him, there'd be so many less games getting captured. So
again, a shout out to Nate for getting those videos. There's a couple videos that his guy got that he sent out to our players, and appreciate that much because it does mean in longevity. There's a couple that Jesse one was pretty sweet, where he's taken off and sticking it, and at some point I'll get technology savvy and try and do some sort of tweets and get on Twitter and tweet away.
Yeah, I'll get them put up so we can get them put on your thing. We ran out of time today. I had to make sure I got some of the other stuff done. We were getting a week overdue on like the Newtown games. It was I just got to look through that. It was nuts.
Hey, Greg and OJ, just for a second here. I know it's on your mind and you may have already wanted to say something, but I definitely want to take a moment before we get into something else. We need to definitely say a shout out to the Greg. Please say the first name, the
Guyagahone Lakers.
Thank you.
Woody Seneca, yes, unfortunately, passed away. The creator. Got a good one. It was rough, man. I tell you, you talk about a guy who puts smiles on people's faces. Yeah, I love watching that highlight of him. I put the Queen song to it. He's having a good time. It's a prime example of what I thought of when you think of that guy, though. Everybody at the field smiling, having fun. He's the whole reason we get the NABLL games done. So, yeah, I mean, he has affected way, way more people than, like, in just bringing lacrosse back and getting so many of these teams going. And and that's, he does a lot for us, for the Cayuga Nation, for all kinds of kids. I mean, the NABLL, he was reffing. Yeah, they're there's not enough.
I got an opportunity to meet him a little bit this past winter. We started out on friendships, all the way through friendships and disclosure, and but as far as this past winter, for our winter pickups, he was bringing like 4 or 5 guys down every Wednesday, jumping in this big white bus, minivan type bus and everything.
Box
And
bus.
it was him, his son. And again, there's so many names that go through with everything that I do. And there was like 3 others and his daughter coming down frequently, not as much as everybody else, but she would come as well. And you want to just getting these kids the opportunity to come out and play.
Yeah, and her partner Trey, he plays a lot. They're always It's honestly it's terrible for the family. They're all amazing people.
So sorry. Yeah. I just wanted to
no, thanks. You can't
extend our deepest condolences to the whole Laker family, Woody's family, and please know that I'm sure there's going to be many stories in a game or two that's going to be played for him. So as everybody would say, let's play for the people that can't play, that are no longer with us. So, to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Thanks, Al. It's it's terrible, and we didn't talk about right away too, because I know we're both emotional guys, and it's never easy. So I mean, actually, you even got to meet him at Worlds, OJ.
OJ. Yeah,
you met. He was the real big guy. We met him at Worlds. Him and his whole crew, the box bus. So that's just him carrying on the tradition. His dad, Herbie John, tells stories about him taking everybody in either the truck or the van, and they'd pile everybody in. All the kids are laying down sleeping, and he'd pick up like 7, 8 kids, drive them all the way up to Canada, go wherever they had to go to play. So it's really carrying on the family tradition, and I'm sure people will step up and continue the tradition. So that is one thing. He's got a lot of family and friends there. So, but let's talk about some of the women's box. Speaking of which, you said Laney'd come down and play sometimes. That's his old.
Yes.
I think it's his oldest daughter, but she is the GM for the Lakers. So they've been
his youngest daughter. His youngest daughter would. Yeah, okay. It was his youngest daughter that would come down and play, and she played with us actually in the first Laxney when we were wearing red.
Yeah.
The very first one, she was on that team as well. So, and that's where I kind of initially had met Woody that time, and just cool times. But as far as Thousand Islands, back to Thousand Islands. Let's see. We're going to put it in reverse. About 2:30 in the afternoon, up in Thousand Islands, Bikers Weekend. Beautiful weather. Some gorgeous motorcycles rolling around town. You get a herd going by, and it's just like, wow, look at that one. Look at that one. Ooh, that one. Oh. And they were everywhere. But getting over to the arena. We showed up when I first talked to Nate, and he asked me if we'd be interested. I had 14 girls, and as far as the way life is with everybody, things happen, and we show up with 9. Yeah. So we got nine and 2 goalies, and it's 90 degrees inside the rink, and we're playing. Some incredibly talented lacrosse players, ladies who have been playing for many years, we'll say. In regards to the most of our girls have this was week 6, so we went from week 6 and took our talents to the floor, all 9 of us, and 9 of them, not us. I did not, other than the Barkin, and Brittany Pulo. She was on the bench with us, videotaping. So it is on Facebook. If you're ever looking for some info, I'm going to share it with our girls so that they can watch. But an incredible opportunity for the girls, and they made the most of it. I mean, the final score,
top level competition now.
Top world class. Yeah. There was Team Ireland. There was Team Haudenosaunee. There was I don't know if I can say, there was other girls that play very, 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 very competitive lacrosse in Canada, or maybe someplace else, but they were there playing, and they actually played. Did they slow it down maybe a little bit? Maybe, but not really, because once our girls all of a sudden I think the end of the first period, it was maybe 1-0. It was very Lily was standing on her head in regards to defensively. We played pretty solid defense. These girls are all athletes. That's what the cool thing is. They know how to play field lacrosse, and now they're bringing the concept of the banging in there. And there was a couple times where they come running off, and their eyes are as big as saucers because they just got and not smeared on the boards, but got ran in, bumped into the boards, and or got a good cross check, and then the number concept definitely took its toll because it was hot, and they're exerting so much energy playing chase because that's for the most part we were putting pressure on. We didn't sit into a zone. We played pressure all damn day, and that's what makes it fun. That's what makes the opportunities for either for the goalie to make some incredible saves and everybody go, oh, she's pretty good. Yeah, she is pretty good. But on the same note is it put a lot of pressure on Lily, and a young lady, she was pissed off when the end of the first period came. She's like, girls, let's freaking go. And the girls were going. They were playing their hearts out because they've never played. We scrimmaged the boys. The boys didn't play, real. They gave some pushes, but we asked them, obviously, to be thinking, there's no need to follow through. So all of a sudden they're getting followed through, and it's a shocker. And the mental side of the game, learning the mental side of the game of not retaliating. You get cross-checked, not turning around and swinging and whacking somebody upside the head.
I like to call that the Nick Suits there when he first started playing box.
But the physical part about it, I'm like, man, I'm not calling that team out, but I'm like, if we had an opportunity to have all 14 of the girls that have been practicing with us, I know we'd give them a run. And it's no slight to that other team. I just know what we didn't have there, and
it's
a lot of talent wasn't able to play, so it happens. But
game speed
there's this other thing that's called Laxnay coming, so I'm very excited about
game
that.
Speed is different, and it's also it's different to really get a girl that's competing against you. So she's going to play harder than any guy's going to play against you, especially when you're playing the Yeti. Guys are learning, girls are learning. It's more of a different, kind of thing.
Watching some girls, getting ready to set to play defense, and in field women's lacrosse, you cannot just bulldodge through somebody. That's a charging penalty.
They just blow the whistle whenever anything cool happens.
The girl's ready, she steps up and she's right in good form and everything. And the young lady, she had to be, my golly, probably close to 6'1". And she played on the national team, and she just came down and just dropped the shoulder and kaboom. And to watch, the young lady come off, and gee, are you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. Are you okay? Yeah. Let's go.
Did you get the number of that bus?
Shake it off, take a blast of water, and because there's only 9 girls, watch her run back out the other door. It was like in one door, I need a defense, and right back out the other door. So a lot of these girls, I mean, they were pulling double, triple shifts, and it was a great experience. They gained so much experience out of one game like that, where they know what full contact is now. Again, trying to explain to them, listen, you're going to get hit sometime, and you're not going to know how or why, but it's going to happen. And now they understand what I'm saying, concept, a moving pick. Field lacrosse, you don't do a moving pick. Box lacrosse, I can play guard and put you wherever I can put you, and watching girls trying to get around the picks, and setting picks, and it was a great experience. I know, that their talents, talking to some of the parents that of the younger girls, you know, the experience that they got from playing in box has increased their field play so much more. Not that they're more aggressive, but they're more confident about getting into a girl's hip and running with her and playing solid defense up close versus giving them space to get that shot off.
Well, and just knowing where to be.
Yeah.
The anticipation, I think, is the biggest thing. If somebody said that, it was actually it's one of the girls we had on the podcast when she said that. You know, I was like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. And now pretty much everybody I've asked about it is like, yeah, no, 100%. So
watching Nora Vick, the opening draw face-off. You know, going against Ireland national player, and I don't think Britt was their normal face-off person. Maybe she is, but Nora won the draw. What an where's that ever happening again? I remember, I scored a goal up in Lake Placid against Billy Day back in the day, back in 1991. And you want to know what? I wish I still had the hat that he signed after the Brzezinski boys. We're talking shit to him, and he's like, "Hey, give me your hat." So he takes my hat and he autographs it. Nice shot, asshole. Just one of those things where memories. That's a memory that the girl never had before. That you want to know what? Now she's got, bucket list. That is, and the girls want more. That's the cool thing. They didn't want to take a week off. I'm like, ladies, we're taking a week off, and they're like, oh. I'm like, hey, you guys can go. There's a place, you all know where it is. It's Tri-City Lacrosse. Go. You don't need me to hold your hand. Go. Put the suntan lotion on, get the tunes on the beatbox there, and start cranking some shots up there. Their opportunity is there for those that are Tri-City members. Get there and enjoy it. That's what it's all about. But yeah, what a great experience for the girls. I'm very excited. We're working on some more, possibly getting some games and, trying to grow the game.
More to come, Laxni in the future.
Laxni, we definitely have a team in the Laxni, so we're excited about that. And, we're going to have, I know the Junior Yeti are putting 2 teams in the 15 and 18 division.
Junior talk tomorrow on the NABLL Weekly Update Show.
Nice. Aaron's doing a good job, great job, not a good job, a great job, taking care of, getting games for these guys. He's, the kids want to play. He's working his tail off, making games happen, and they're traveling around, going up to Massachusetts again to play. And they're also, I don't know if it's happened, but he's trying to get something down in Hudson Valley, HVCC, at the rink there. He's reached out to him. We're trying to make things happen for him. So that would be a great thing. We'd like to possibly get a game with the Paper City Oaks, the Lady Paper City Oaks. So working on different venues there. And, the cool thing is the girls want to play. I'm like,
OJ, was there any women's teams up where you were this weekend, or is it all men's box?
No. So I know there's a organization here in Calgary called the Calgary Fury, which is all female, and they were competing this weekend as well.
Okay, so it was a full women's tournament too?
It wasn't I don't think it was a full-on women's tournament, but the women's team was competing against the men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so they just throw them right in.
Taking a little sample of what Team USA did. If you're gonna be able to play like the men, you got to play with the men, right?
Yeah.
Well, then when you go to play you always iron sharpens iron. The more experience you can get playing against the best competition possible. Everybody always says it, to be the best, you got to beat the best. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the women did that, didn't they? They beat Canada.
I was just gonna say we.
Who won the men's game?
Hey, that's true. But which game was better? I'd say the women's game by far was way better than the men's game.
We made history this year, OJ. We finally beat Haudenosaunee. We gotta work our way up to that. I mean, yes, we did have to steal a Haudenosaunee guy to be our goalie, but none of that matters.
That was a great interview, Greg. Great interview that
Yeah,
one
thank
you
you,
had
Goa.
there,
That
too.
was fun. That podcast was awesome. Thank you, the
Yeah.
channel members. Honestly, so with the channel members, that's our biggest thing that we're doing is a thank you. Is we try to get a bunch of those. That's why we make them members first, and then if any of the members, if they need something else or want something else done with those, or any questions asked, recommend some guys. Let us know who to talk to. Somebody in the comments said Trey Deer on the last one. I don't know him at all. I don't know. I don't think we cover any of his teams. I'm trying to keep it to teams we cover for the most part, though. I mean, yeah, from what I hear, he's a legend. But I also don't want to have an interview with this kid where I have no idea who he is and he's, phenomenal. I already have enough of those interviews where I don't know who anybody is. So at least these guys, I've watched them play a little bit. I got a little bit better understanding.
And OJ, that's the same with me. As I'm coming into this, I'm 5 years. This is year 5 in box lacrosse. I'm 35 years of field lacrosse. Really, honestly, kind of almost that coach saying, "Nah, you don't need to play box lacrosse. No, it's too. You're gonna get hurt. Bad fundamentals." I ain't gonna lie, I was that guy. And you wanna know what? They took field lacrosse away from me and showed me box lacrosse. And after learning 5 years in, what a great game. As far as it's everything in that you could hope for. I mean, it's the mental game. It's the physical game.
Yeah.
It's the speed. It's the the aggression. The creativity of these shots.
Honestly, that's my favorite though. The creativity is where I love to see it because you can just put a bunch of robotic athletes out there and then it comes down to who's the best athlete. And I mean, that's kind of what track and field is. I don't need to see that. I want to see that creativity. I want to see you make the defense think, switch guys. I did a goal today where Gates, dragged. Everybody's eyes are looking at him as they think he's beating them in there. And then he flips it to the guy wide open in front of the net. That's the kind of stuff I want to see though. It's those little plays where you're drawing guys in, the creativity, realizing the awareness. No, it's great, and it's nice to see that the Upstate has it's got a lot more parity this year, I feel like, than last year. And
you guys should have seen some of the U17 A games that were going on in this tournament.
That's the future. It's crazy, right? That's honestly one of my favorite age groups to watch because they just kind of mature into that. They can really throw and play. Everybody's super passionate. Nobody's worried about going to work tomorrow because they're only 17.
No, some of the U17 games I've been to, I honestly feel like they're junior A or senior games sometimes.
I guess what's the best age level to let's throw it in the chat. I'm going to throw in there. I honestly think that U17, other than U6, which is probably my favorite, like the Tykes, watching the little guys run around, that's a blast too. But probably U17 I find the most entertaining. What do you think, Paul? What's the best age group to watch?
I ain't gonna lie. I haven't watched much of the others other than I'm gonna say whatever level the NABLL is. It's a senior A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know. And
honestly, it's the best.
Lacrosse.
It's the best part about it though is there is no restriction. There's literally there's no restriction. You can be in Canada. Register your team.
Word.
Let's go. That's why it's North American. It's not the United States. It's North American. You want to call it Senior C? You think you can come walk all over it with one of your teams? Then register them. I would love to see. I really want to see a Can-Am play the Wild. I think that would be a phenomenal game. It's two very different styles, but they're both great in their own way. Like the Wild are creative, but they're way more stick long passes creative. Like those guys are a bunch of field players who took their athleticism and learned the box game, but they're I mean, you got some very top level field players there. Yeah.
Hey, again, we spoke quickly of creativity. You're going to tell me that what's his name, Spencer Love or
oh my God, he's so much fun to watch, isn't he?
Some of those guys, literally very, very similar to pros, and some of them probably, if they desired, could probably get onto at least a practice squad just because they're damn talented. There's look at Oneida, look at the Spirits, look at the Oswego, look at the Yetis, look at the Lakers, look at Buffalo Creek. there's so much.
I haven't gotten to
great
see them yet.
players.
I have not seen Buffalo Creek.
Yeah.
At least Space Lax, I know some of the guys, and
I've heard some great stories. Doc was saying what an awesome time they had out in East Aurora, and I'm like, I not say kick myself in the shin. I wish, just because the way the scheduling was going, I wanted to be in East Aurora. I'm from East Aurora. That's where I grew up. I'm like, there's no question, we have a great fan base to begin with, but now I got a big family out there. We could have a great time.
After Nationals, before they flood that rink, I think we should do something where we get everybody out there. He used to run a big tournament out there. Unfortunately, I missed it last year. Doesn't sound like they're doing it this year, but
because they're in the NABLL now,
and they want to go to Nationals, and it'll screw everything up.
We wanted to be in those tournaments, but in that tournament, but it was during the playoff time, and it's like, you can't, or it was a week before the playoffs, and it's like, I'm not going to go to a tournament in a week before our playoff game. Yeah, exactly, and get a bunch of guys hurt. So, hopefully.
Although this year, really, the way you're going in, you guys front-loaded heavy, maybe a tournament getting you guys out throwing around. I'm telling you, Master Styles tournament's what we need. Sticks, gloves, a lot of creativity, just some fun.
You guys don't have Master Styles tournaments?
Oh, we do, but everyone gets super competitive usually, is what I would assume happens. What starts out is...
It's all fun and games until I get whacked in the elbow, and you want to know what? I turn around and whack you upside the head, and then it turns into, shit.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. That's what I was saying, and I had a hiccup at the same time.
Shenanigans. I like it. Shout out your buddy. Did he make these hats? I love them. I'm a big fan of these hats.
Bobby Cook over at Fairway Lanes Printing. An incredible, behind the scenes sponsor. He, last year hooked us up with some the T-shirts, the tie-dye T-shirts with the Yeti.
Everybody's favorite. We had somebody stop us the other day walking the dog to tell Charity how much they loved that shirt.
Yeah, well, he made the Yeti dancing Yeti jerseys when we won the 2022. He made those shirts up for us. He's a great guy. Former retired fireman, and does a great job for the local community and for kids. And he's always helping out organizations. And him and his son Dylan are huge Yeti fans, so they're always at the games. And it's can't say thanking Bobby enough for what he's done throughout the years. He's one of the original guys too. As far as a lot of OGs in the sponsorships.
Speaking of which, there's a couple OGs that were, now he's got Lakers for life, but he's also a Yeti for life. It's Al and Tate.
My man Al, Big Al, much love. Hey, happy anniversary to you and Pam.
Oh, happy anniversary.
It's their anniversary. As far as happy anniversary.
They're even watching Yeti Talks on their anniversary.
I love it.
There's there is just certain families like that we just, are huge supporters of us. And definitely that Snow Clan is amazing. He also told us that we're part of the Yeti Clan, so we have been taken. Herbie John was trying to recruit us to adopt us, but, we're already part of the Yeti Clan right throughout there for us. So, no, but just, when you see Pam there, like Pam always comes over, talks to Charity. It's a blast. We love seeing those guys. Yes, he is playing for the Lakers now, but
always the Yeti.
He's always the Yeti.
Al will be on our float forever. Al and Pam, as long as they want to be on the float with us, or run with us. Al's got that invite. Well, and you know what? That's what's great about the league.
Ray might be running with you soon. Ray just got his knee fixed, so he might be out running with you.
He might be out running with it. We got Masters. He's, maybe he's taking over for Woody. Maybe he runs for Woody, huh?
Yeah.
Get the big man Ray there playing some keeper, and I could see it.
I know. I've never seen. That would be fun. Let's go, Tate. Come on. Get it running. I tell you, that Gillet is cool. I got to go there for the first time there. Also, something else that would have never happened if it wasn't for Woody Seneca. So we got out there, and that was amazing. That Gillet, you talk about the history, and you're reading the plaque from Gilbert Lay, like just the stuff. The other thing that they do that I really, really love is whoever the team is that's playing, they run the concession stand, they get all the money. So it helps fund your team. you talk about a cool thing like the nation.
Yeah.
Like that Newtown team, that's such an advantage. That's something the Lakers have too, though. So as far as funding your team goes, you actually are running the concession stand. So they get So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool because everything you get. So then the next thing you know, you're buying a couple extra candy bars, you're getting a couple extra burgers, eating on the way home. We're getting snacks for the ride home before we leave. It's no, I do really. That is a You talk about like a hometown field rink. Like ideally, I don't know if I've been to one. Other than those stupid black nuts, which whatever it is, what it is, I understand safety. But as far as like sitting and watching a game, that place is cool, man. It's like it's not too hot, not too cold, just perfect, straight up box facility. They don't put ice in there. The concession stand, it's
is there netting all the way around, or is it just on the corners and ends?
The entire way is black net because the benches are set up so you sit. The plexiglass is only like 3 foot tall. When you walk across the bleachers, the plexiglass is next to you. It's just above your hip. As you're walking, if that wasn't there and some kids out there just fucking around, there'd be a lot of people catching balls.
Grandma's catching one upside the post.
Yeah, I can completely. That's the one place I've walked in there and I was like, I completely understand this net, and I would never let anybody take this down. I don't care. But
I know one thing. It's definitely inside the igloo. The igloo is just the corners and the ends, and I'm like, man, I'm the balls that go out during a game. It's amazing when you have netting around. It's a positive budget concept because you're not losing all the balls. Ball bounces the wrong, hits the net. There's another one. The next pass, and there goes another one. It's like shut.
So Scotty Lay's his podcast, it's for the channel members. It's up now, but when his comes out, he says that they give hot dogs to the kids that bring back a ball.
Yeah, well,
kid grabs a ball.
I am thinking about stickers.
Yeah.
Or
they run the concession stand, so it's easy for them.
Yeah, exactly. They run that. Get a Frisbee. Bring me back a ball, we'll give you a Frisbee.
Frisbee for halftime, you bring it back for the next one, you get Frisbee credit for the next game. Perfect.
Or at least, not for nothing, just to halftime, I'm saving probably, $50 in balls because of the amount. Once they start shooting and they start deflecting, there goes another one. There goes another one. It's like the good old days when I'm throwing T-shirts out there.
Yeah. Sounds like
but it was worth it.
It sounds like we got Ray talked into getting back out on the floor.
We got him rocking and rolling. Well, not for nothing, Big Ray. If the Lakers aren't going to take you, I know we have a Masters team for that we call ourselves the Mall Walkers for the Laxnay.
So
if you're looking, I know Sully is looking for, not that he's looking for a backup, but I would bet you he would love to have Big Ray
have a partner
working the door with them. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's I tell you that Lax Masters. So he put one on before. It was the first one I ever did with the Lakers. Man, that was fun. Just like the whole style, all the teams. They got a little carried away a couple times, but everybody was just having a blast.
A good time. It is, and it's the same way with the 3-man tournaments. We had a 3-man tournament when we first started the Yeti, and it's absolutely. Oh, excuse me, I'm very sorry about that. It's absolutely awesome, but again, once you're starting to get down and narrow down into the championships, friends against friends. I'm playing to win, and that's that's a cool thing. Same thing with the Masters. You're. It's fun until, same.
OJ, have you been playing at all?
True master. Yeah. OJ, you been playing?
The Thunder Monkeys was the team that you were a part of. Are the Thunder Monkeys still playing and you're just not playing, or they're not playing at all anymore?
No.
Oh man, you got to get that program going again, OJ. You got to get the Thunder Monkeys.
Thunder Monkeys.
I just for the logo's sake.
Rugby and the Thunder Monkeys, baby. Yes.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I've been offered to play Masters a couple times, and I can't do it right now because of my knee still.
Still healing up?
Yeah. I need the surgeon to phone me back.
Canadian healthcare.
Yeah, but he will get his before I get mine. I promise you. It took me 3 years to get a hip surgery. I don't even want to hear it. Everybody wants to talk about it. It took him 3 years to get me in our American amazing system. So yeah,
I've got the surgery already.
Oh, you've got the surgery already.
Yeah,
you're just waiting for the knee.
Like
you're just waiting. You got the surgery. You're just
the
waiting
same
for
one.
the knee.
No, you're not. I remember when you had that one. We were doing shows and stuff. You were still in your apartment at the time.
Yeah. So it's the same injury, but it started bugging me again like 4 months ago or whatever. 4 or 5 months ago.
And they're going to send you to physio first.
Well, he sent me for an MRI. I was supposed to see him after the MRI, and then now I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Well, magnets are in tight supply right now. It's not his fault. Hey, Paul, we were going to keep this a short episode. We just hit our 1 hour mark again, so we can't ever keep them short. It's been awesome having the Snow family in too, joining us in the chats. I love it.
Absolutely. And again, to the whole Laker family, all of our condolences. Whatever we can do to always help keep the Witty name rocking and rolling.
That is something I did decide as well. So, I give cups to the best goal of the year. So Nikki Snow won the first one. Grennan won the second one. I got to get it to him. That is now going to just be called the Woody. So the best goal on Blue Squatch Productions from the year is just the Woody as it's known. So me and my buddy Mike make it. And best goal of the year that we capture. That's
absolutely. That's a great call, Greg. Great call there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially watching him go down as a goalie and try the dive. He did the dive and he gave it the behind back. And I was actually watching that live. You guys were there streaming that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was going to be there. I showed up and he's there and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You're playing again?" He's like, "Yeah, you just dropped a bunch of weight, was getting back into playing." It was a blast. But yes, definitely we're all fortunate that I had a chance to meet him is the way I look at it. I feel very blessed and thankful that and honestly, a couple of times, if it wasn't for Woody talking me out of it, there would be no Blue Squatch production doing Can-Am or anything else anymore. We were just going to start doing Yeti games, and I let Woody talk me out of it pretty much every time. So, well, I mean, obviously every time because here we are still doing it. So, yeah.
There's a reason for everything, man.
And
you want to know what? That's what this is all about. That's what it started. We're still chit-chatting with OJ and Robbie and Blue Squatch and myself, and it's just awesome stuff. It's great stuff to watch everything continuously. There's change every day. There's change, but you want to know what? It's positive change. Everybody's trying to help. That's the awesome thing of lacrosse is it is so close that usually one group is trying to, if family members go down, we're picking them up. Yeah. I've seen nothing but, inspirational stuff throughout the internet for Woody and his family. And you want to know what? God bless. The creator grabbed a good one. I'm sure he's got some jokes that he's telling with some buddies that he already knows up there and breaking balls. And you want to know what? We're going to keep him rocking and rolling here and on this side of the envelope, and until next week. I mean, we're going to have it's a quiet week for us, Greg. I don't know if you're planning on going to the vacation, or we're possibly going to take next week off.
We are definitely taking next week off because we are getting ready for everything too. And I was actually going to talk to you about that after the show. So OJ, it's official. No Yeti talks next week.
No Yeti talks next week. The Yeti are on. We're off.
We're hibernating. You all saw what happened to us up there. We just got our teeth knocked out by the serpents. So we got bumbles. This bumble didn't bounce for a second.
Did you see what? Props to Aaron. I love the stuff that he's doing. He's like, "Can I?" And I'm like, "Yeah." That I know what. That type. That's fun. That's good stuff. That's creativity. I'm sure put some smiles on some people's faces.
You know the Serpents. Yeah, I just love seeing that. They were like, did they really just put this out there? Oh, amazing. Yeah, it was awesome. And that's in the sportsmanship. So we will see everybody in 2 weeks. Thanks so much. OJ, thanks for being you. Paul Decker, thanks for being you. Most importantly, Woody, we appreciated you. And thanks for being you. Everybody, much love. Make your move to Master Vito.
Jimmy Faye's got to get a hold of Faye Farms for all your beef needs. Master Vito Hyundai. Make your move to Master Vito. The Yeti have. Utica Mac Incorporated. Get a hold of them for all your